Good evening, my Danganronpa darlings. A body has been discovered, and if you don't want spoilers from Danganronpa 1, Chapter 2 onwards, and random cross-series spoilers that have been dropped in my face, run away. This is a series about spoilers. So, 3, 2, 1. Celeste beat the allegations. The Game Grumps leak was not real, unless I'm misremembering what I saw, and what I saw was Chapter 2 compilation. No, Celeste beat the allegations, which is to say, Chihiro died, and I was very surprised. I really thought, because of the stupid Game Grumps thumbnail, that Chihiro died in Chapter 3, and I was working my whole expectations around that, and now she's dead, and I'm a little mad. I mean, a little mad is maybe an understatement, the amount of emotions I feel from this game, but God, I'm mad at myself. I wish I spent more time with her. I wish I was more open to her. I was like, man, she's so popular because she's the only trans one. She's got to win me over. No, I miss her. I wish I spent more time with her, and I really wonder what her, free time conversations would have been like. I'm sad. And to make matters funnier, not worse, but also way funnier, the disgruntled cisgender female author killed the trans femme in 2025. Give a round of applause for how horribly that aged. Holy shit. So, but I have not finished. I haven't even done the investigation. I found the body, and I saw the genocider Jack thing, the bloody whatever fever written on the wall. So I know it's Toko. It's absolutely Toko. And we just saw the first thing where she sees blood, and then the other personality comes out with the tongue. So she is hurtful representation of dissociative identity disorder, or any other situation where you have multiple personalities in a system. Yeah, the second time I've talked about that in games today, because I streamed Gunvolt 1. Yay! Woo, fun. Honestly, I have no exact idea what this is gonna be like. There's a couple things on the table I'll summarize quickly for the viewers at home. But basically, yeah, I know. It's like Leon, I know. She was being so suspicious during the trial with Leon too, that I was starting to be like, okay. I have a feeling she's gonna act sooner than later. I think, give myself a pat on the back, actually. That's a new thing. And during the prediction section, I have to congratulate myself on my predictions. I was right that Chihiro died soon, not that that was a prediction, but I was completely right that Toko was going to be the next killer, because it seemed like they needed something crazy to keep the crazy train rolling, and she was just being so sketchy during the trial for no damn reason. And now, yeah, there's plenty going on here. And it's funny, right? I already know I got spoiled, but it's so funny. Hey, I think in order to solve the second of 5 or 6 mysteries or whatever we have here, we have to consider an urban legend. We need to consider an urban legend that we all know, and take into account the fact that this person from this urban legend could be among the 15 of us. That is funny. That is a really fun plot device. So summarizing so far. Chapter 2. Haven't played much. The pool opened, the library opened, the second floor opened, and this led to a couple things, like Toko and Hifumi got into an argument about high literature versus dojin. More on that later. Generally, the rich guy has become super antagonistic, Mondo almost snapped on him. He's being really assholey, and I would factor that into my predictions if I didn't see the fat version of him in Danganronpa 2, and kind of subconsciously assume he's going to live, but joke's on me if that's an imposter or something. Celeste beat the allegations because Toko killed Chihiro. Yeah, the pool was there. Oh, I don't even want to talk about the investigation yet. It's gonna be tough, I'm hoping this is the most uncomfortable, meta level uncomfortable thing in the series. I know there's, dodgy stuff with Kodaka, but the trans woman hung up in the woman's bathroom. Nuh-uh, not on my watch. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff about the bathrooms. I think the bathrooms are going to be a big part of the changing rooms to get to the pool. The changing rooms to get to the pool, I think that's going to be a big part of whatever the fuck happened. I guess I technically owe it to myself to try and predict the murder itself, but we'll leave that till later. The reason that Toko acted was because Monokuma gave them a new incentive, which was an embarrassing secret about them that he was going to reveal in a day. And everybody got given an envelope with their embarrassing secret, and most people, like Aoi, Kiyotaka, and Makoto, they didn't really care about the secret, but there were some people who definitely cared, and I was thinking, like, this could have been outing Chihiro. On one hand, I'm glad this didn't happen, on the other, she's fucking dead, and I'm guessing it was the last call for Genocider Jack to make her move. I'm guessing it's like, you have an alternate personality and to kill people. Huh, that'd be very bad if that got out, because she killed immediately afterwards. Aside from that, there was the incentive. Toko had a crush on the asshole rich guy and got rejected and shut herself in her room. So that might go into my predictions about why she killed. I think that might have just kind of like sent her off the rails a little bit. I don't really know. And in other news, the biker guy Mondo and Kiyotaka, I think I've got his name now, the hall monitor, got into such a heated fight thing about who had more patience or something like that, that they decided to lock themselves in the sauna overnight, to the point where I thought they were going to die. I suppose they didn't necessarily lock themselves in, but they went to the sauna to have like a patience endurance challenge, basically, and Makoto was watching for like, I don't know, like an hour or something, a significant amount of time, and they were like, go to your room, who gives a shit, like, we're just gonna do this, who cares? They did not die in there. I kind of thought one of them might have died in there. Instead, they came out, and the next day, they were calling each other their kyodai. They were calling each other like their bros, their brother. They're like best friends now, which is really funny and very much changes a couple things about how I predict the future. So that's what I've played so far. And yeah, I mean, the murder alone is crazy because, yeah, we'll talk to that. I will move on to the favorites section. I think that's kind of the natural progression here. Well, what has happened? Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I meant to show off my new visuals. Sorry, you've been looking at almost nothing. I was just trying not to spoil the people who walk in. Yeah, I'm not really doing B-roll much anymore. Maybe I'll throw a little bit of B-roll up in the beginning right there, because I talked for 7 minutes and had nothing to show for a visual. But I have shifted to... How can I make this more comfortable? I have shifted to literally just showing you my thought processes. I have made this document for making my predictions, and I'm visualizing all of the characters with fucking Ida Stoya, because I'm not ever searching a PNG for any of these characters while I'm playing any game in the series anymore. I don't want to get spoiled. So we have a nice unified art style. We have Ida Stoya. It's great. So to start, I think these 3 characters survived the whole damn thing. We got Junko, we got the rich guy, and we got Makoto. I believe that they're the 3 survivors of this, although I technically have been given cause to believe that the fortune teller also survives, because I saw him get killed in a demo for Danganronpa 2x2 that was in a special Danganronpa presentation. Oh, I mentioned the story about Ibuki and I didn't tell it. Yeah, I watched a special live stream for 2x2, and Ibuki Seiyu was hosting it, and she was really cute, and I saw Ibuki scenes, and I'm like, shit, you're really cute. I'm probably gonna care a lot about you. Very fun personality. Anyhow. So yeah, I will be charting the actual history of what's been happening and my predictions. My big, long Celeste prediction for anywhere between chapter 3 and 5, she's going to be the killer. And then Kyoko is going to be the victim somewhere starting with chapter 5. She's going to be the last death is basically my hard prediction. The last, like, formal, like, killing game death. Yeah, so Leon and Sayaka are chapter 1. Chapter 2, yeah, Toko has killed Chihiro. Rest in shit. That's so sad. I miss her so much. This will get to my predictions part, but I am leaving the door open to there being another murder, because I guess in the summary, Monokuma randomly made up the rule that you're only allowed to kill 2 people during the killing game. He could have said you can only kill 1 and save somebody's life, but he said no, you can only kill 2 people. So I think it's very possible that the practice serial killer does take another life before this. And yeah, Mondo and Kiyotaka. I went to find an actual Bosozoku, like biker gang Urastoya for Mondo, and the bike had the Rising Sun flag on it, so that is not the one that we have with us here today. Anyhow, let's cut over to the favorites market. Ta-da! I feel like the graphs are getting better with time. We have comparison points now, episode 2 and episode 3. So there has been inflation, for sure. Just general fondness inflation. I have just come to like the game and the characters more. A lot of people rose up, and that made me go, well, wait. If they're rising up, that other person has to go up too, because I don't like them in equal amounts. So lots of 0.5s, lots of subtle rises for characters that didn't do anything, like Sayaka and Junko, both rose. Yeah, Sayaka and Junko, I guess, are tied. They're just concepts to me, more or less. But, well, Junko is just a concept to me. Sayaka, I've seen everything, and she's very cute, and I like her. But meeting them in the 6th tier is now Aoi and Sakura. Sakura had the best growth of anybody during these 2 days. Well, okay, maybe by the numbers, Celeste also went up, but who gives a shit? I chose to spend all of my free time with Sakura, and I thought that was cool. I feel like her free time story wrapped up very quickly and concisely, which is making me increasingly afraid she's going to die during the middle of this game. I cannot get it out of my head that she's going to die during the middle of this game, because just the whole, like, how did you kill Sakura thing, it seems way too juicy to not do. But I like her a lot. My guard was up because I think there's going to be a lot of isms and phobias when I actually unpack, like, how she was created. Just, you know, from Kodaka handling all kinds of spicy stuff he doesn't understand and being like, haha, funny body types and stuff like that. But I like her as a character. She's really cool. I don't know, I appreciate her. And Aoi has just kind of been consistently a bro, so they have met together. And rank 6. Hifumi did not change. Leon did not change. Rich Guy didn't change. I might even like him less now. Who knows? I didn't break out the 0.5 things. Toko. She didn't necessarily just go up from inflation. I think now that I can see the general gist of her, I don't know, like, I kind of ended up liking her a little bit more, even though obviously whoever was gonna kill the trans femme character was going to be somebody I am a little bit uncomfortable with. But and even her doing it was like even worse than it had to be, but like because it's like the serial killer, it feels less personal. I would have been very, like, for example, I mentioned, you know, Celeste beat the allegations. If Celeste killed her, I could picture the way that it would go. It'd be like, ooh hoo hoo, you're all forgetting a very important detail. This is a man! I can just picture like the super weird, calculating, like smarter than thou way that she would handle the gender stuff, and that would probably ruin the character for me. But fucking Toko over here may be a struggling cisgender female author. However, I don't believe yet there was any particular ill will and reason to take it out on Chihiro, so I'm hoping that she doesn't go down from here, and I'm just like, haha, funny Toko character. I don't know. I am bummed that she's Genocider Jack, because I just kind of liked her as she was. I thought she had funny hater energy, and her voice lines are so good. The actress went crazy. There have been a few times where Danganronpa emotes or quotes, like, you know, voice clips pop up in my brain, like, as I'm going throughout my day. And there was one where I was like so pissed at somebody for some reason, and I heard one of her voice lines where it's like, it's like some weird rising sound she does. That's just so funny. Kyoko went up anyhow. She didn't do anything, but I keep reading the light novels and I keep liking her more. Also, just by contrast, I like her more. But Celeste is firmly my second favorite character now. She's like a grandma to Ima and Darumi, who are some of my favorite characters in 100 Line, and she's just so fucking funny. And again, I would have liked her less if I had to go through the whole trial of her killing Chihiro, and I'm glad that I do not have to do that anymore. Maybe she can still ruin this, but she has hit a very, very high. Mondo is just getting higher and higher, and the hall monitor himself, I didn't even fix his name. They're both going up. I really like those two, actually. They're fine. Like, they're solid little characters. They're funny. Yeah, I like Kiyotaka's like animations and stuff. His kind of like constant cluelessness is really funny. And Mondo just kind of keeps being a kind of like solid dude. Like I like him a bunch, and he survived long enough now, where I didn't expect him to, that it's kind of a legitimate conversation going forward. Where like, if so far Takemaru is one of the tropiest 100-line characters, like he's pretty similar to Mondo in some ways. Like there's an actual, like with Celeste to Ima to Darumi, it's like funny and weird comparing their similarities, but Mondo to Takemaru is like, how different are they? Like very different obviously, but there's a lot of similarities. So the biker gangster trope is filling up a little bit. Any more notes? Yeah, I wish I gave more love to Chihiro. I'm already looking forward to replaying this game. I'll probably make a beeline to see whatever her tiny amount of free time conversations would have been. Not sure. What? What did I write here? What? Normally I can read my own handwriting. Oh, right. Yeah, Chihiro, right. Celeste could still lose points because a lot of the people I'm predicting she could kill would be people I wouldn't want to see her kill. So, she's not out of the woods. Big win for Sakura. General fondness inflation. I'd say that's good. Let's move on to the predictions. Why don't we? All right. So, predictions going forward, right? I am kind of bracing for someone to die. I'm kind of bracing for Toko to kill somebody again. And these are my 3 that I'm predicting. Unfortunately, again, like, Sakura just keeps being like such a good stand-up character that it would be gutting to see her die. I think Toko killing her is very like, how? You know? I think her or Celeste, I feel like, could be some of the more competent murderers. That's the thing. Her and Celeste feel like very competent murderers in my mind in a way that nobody else really does, which is shifting a lot of my opinions. So I could definitely picture her like poisoning the pool or something and killing Sakura. That's been a hard prediction of mine, by the way. Somebody poisoning the pool to kill Sakura. That could be like a Celeste thing. Fortune-telling guy, because he's just fucking around. And Hifumi is probably my #1 prediction for the next character to die. I haven't had too many thoughts about him because he's just so in the background. Like he's just basically a gag character. And because Toko has the beef with him and everything, it's possible if she's just trying to take somebody out before she goes and she's becoming kind of deranged, I think it's possible she kills him. So I left room for a second death. Mondo and Kiyotaka. This is a conversation. I have reversed what I'm predicting with these 2. At the beginning, you know, this could have been the first thing, right? Is obviously the delinquent and the school council president. Obviously, I could have pictured Mondo killing him, but now we're playing with things too much. And I think the new meta after these 2 becoming friends is it's a long story and people can change. So, you know, Celeste is starting to lose her power as my late game, like, could kill Kyoko kind of prediction because she's so obvious. So now I'm kind of predicting that she might go out, like, 3 potentially. Like, she could go out way sooner than I was thinking. I don't know when, but honest to shit, I am locking in a prediction for a little bit now, which is, I think Kiyotaka, I think Kiyotaka is gonna fucking kill somebody. I think it's so funny and weird. It's so funny and weird, the idea of him killing somebody. I think that of him slowly changing and eventually just snapping is so fucking funny to me. And if we're gonna be so real, because I have nothing to do with Aoi, this is Aoi, by the way. I chose a swimmer that has a dolphin, and that's even funnier. No, she's not gonna kill Kyoko, but I'm starting to feel like Aoi or Kiyotaka snapping is one of the more likely late game killer options. I just think that's very possible. Aoi much less likely than him. She's still like victim material. He could still kill her. That's the thought I've had. He could kill her, which would be like, what the fuck? But I just feel like him snapping would make a lot of sense, particularly because I'm starting to think, oh, this shouldn't have happened. Ooh, bad gimping. I am starting to think that he actually gets killed by fucking Monokuma. I've mentioned the motorcycle death cage. I've not gone back to Spotify to check is that actually the name of the song, but I did see a spoiler, which is that Monokuma turns Mondo into butter. That is something that Google or Google AI or somebody spoiled to me, and at this point, I believe it. And I think we have enough people to at least get through this much killing. It gets a lot harder to predict, but you could do like Celeste kills Sakura, Kiyotaka kills Aoi. Yeah, we are starting to run out of bodies here. Maybe Junko kills Kyoko in the last chapter. I don't know when Junko comes back in, but it could be Junko kills Kyoko. Kiyotaka kills Aoi. That'd be the most, like, human psychology type chapter. Celeste kills Sakura, and Monokuma kills Mondo. Because I feel like Monokuma killing Mondo not only makes sense, it's possible he's still gonna be like, you didn't go to bed that night. But also, like, that would be a crazy good motivation for Kiyotaka to snap. So, I'm starting to think that Mondo dies incidentally out of the killing game, kinda, or in the killing game, but not killed by somebody. And Kiyotaka goes fucking crazy because I'm looking at this boy. He has survived too long. I think he's going to lose it. I am moving him to my killer category. Yeah, so I'm kind of going to lock in. If I could make one prediction right now, one set of predictions. Toko kills Hifumi. Chapter 3, Celeste kills Sakura. So I guess they will do this. Celeste kills Sakura. I'm not confident, but Kiyotaka kills Aoi. Yeah, Aoi dying in chapter 4, actually, that's something I might lock in. She's a good victim. It feels like all the victims are women, but I don't know. I feel like that makes a lot of sense with what I'm seeing. Mondo dies between things, and then I guess I would just say Junko kills Kyoko, because I feel like these guys survive. Yeah, that's kind of where I am, and I'm getting to the point where it's like, I think I'm fucking right. I'm getting to the point where it's like, I kind of think I'm right, and then he would survive. He would just survive. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of how I see it. Do I have any other predictions to add? Oh, right, the murder case. I don't know, man. This is gonna be crazy. I think it has something to do with, like, the rich guy, and obviously, like, she's gonna not know that, like, her alter does this. Mondo doesn't kill. Yeah, Monokuma kills him. Kiyotaka snaps. People change. Yeah, I'm losing confidence in that Celeste Chapter 5 prediction. Toko may kill again. Yeah. Oh, right. Moose. Moose, my friend Moose said, oh yeah, it's funny that, like, you've even noticed the fortune-telling guy, because he's just vibing so far. Maybe that means that he's just vibing before he, like, shows his other side later, but maybe he does just kind of fucking vibe the whole time. And the thing is, in my mind, him and Hifumi are both just vibing. They don't do shit around here. They're just gag characters. If Hifumi dies, I feel like I'm gonna open my PS Vita and see Hifumi die right now. If Hifumi dies, then he is way more notably, like, the background character, and he could last a decently long time in that position. Because again, to me, I don't view him as, like, as particularly background. Hifumi is equally background to me. I think Hifumi's about to fucking bite the dust, so I'll just do this. I'll take my confidence. He's my wild card. Monokuma kills Mondo. Junko comes back to kill Kyoko, and then we just have a whole crazy despair party in the end. This has been your Danganronpa diary. Happy Despairsmas. Oh, excuse me, just one last thing I forgot to say is I should probably mention I do have a prediction about why Toko killed Chihiro. I should have remembered that, but I forgot it. She has such a thing from the very first drop about her appearance. She just felt scorned because somebody rejected her about, like, romance stuff. Chihiro is super popular for being cute. She might have killed Chihiro because she was mad that a trans femme was cuter than her. Yeah! No! I think I'm right about that one too, and I'm not happy about it. I don't want to go through with this. She might end up losing favorite points. Goodbye.